seasons. Talk about how you saw the game differently as a veteran versus the first couple years in the NBA.
Well, I saw it from the bench, quite frankly, as a veteran, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute. Now, hold on now. I know that's not altogether true.
I think the game just slows down. You start to understand that there is a tempo and a rhythm, not only to any given quarter, but any given game and any given season. So it's really, Kevin, about the idea of it slowing down. And I did sit on the bench towards the end, Kevin. That is true.
A little bit.
14 is still a good number.
But it turned out well for you.
Well, I get to sit next to you.
Well, it's a lot of fun. You're right. It's a lot of fun. So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Adebayo. Jones is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the point. Now here is McGee. Just 5 on the clock. Davis, the pass to Caldwell Pope. From deep, James. The Lakers rebound. McGee's shot is off. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Eric Spoelstra. Going up against an all-time great like LeBron James, there are no easy answers. Still, he's aware it will be difficult to slow him down if you're going to win this game. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Robinson following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Here's Nunn. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Charlotte. Back to Robinson. Puts up a three. Miami no good on that time either. Lakers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Jones sends it back. Butler deciding where to go with it. The pass to Nunn. Dishes to Robinson. Outside Butler. And they double up Butler. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. The Lakers #1.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
LeBron up top.
Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim. That time on display.
And the bright lights of LA, perhaps too much for some players. But you know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
Still playing at an MVP level. LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness. Great idea to get your secondary scorers involved early. This helps keep everybody engaged.
Yeah, and he's so from there, but when he's hitting from deep, it's a big confidence builder.
Davis kicks to LeBron. Oh, good with the triple. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
His dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
Miami shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. First free throw is good.
Both shots good from the stripe. With the playoffs around the corner, Brent, some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and you know the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing at the end of the season with the last 10 games. Maybe you're somewhere else. But there are teams, as we've always said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
They always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right? I mean,
yeah, and they are assessing how it is that you approach that, because you show your stripes when things are not going well. What kind of character do you have?
Nunn passes to Butler. Here's Nunn. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. For the three. That shot was in, and the Lakers will go the other way with it. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played. On the wing, James, defended by Butler. Caldwell Pope passes to McGee. Pass to LeBron. Trying to get open is Davis. Nice shot by James. LeBron's got 6.
You got to do better than that, or at least try LeBron James. Just too strong, and a little contact is not going to go a long way.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Davis, he's been on a remarkable tear this past month, averaging about 27 points per, 10 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
And the 3-ball is good. And it's 9 points for LeBron.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Last time they met was in Miami.
Yeah, and what a gut wrencher it was for them last time they met. Ended up on the losing side in that one.
It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Miami, advantage in 1 series.
I think for the Heat, they've had a tremendous year. There were a lot of people waiting for them to take that tumble late in the season. Well, those people might be waiting for a little while longer.
Well, tumbles happen in gymnastics class, not with this team. I can say that for sure. All that's left to wonder about is how deep a run this team's going to make.
Here's Nunn. Trying to get open is Robinson. Nunn, that's good. Nunn's got 6.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Now McGee. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. James, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Nunn can't get it to fall. Los Angeles leading by 6. Caldwell Pope dishes to McGee. Green, the pass to James. Releases. Here's Davis. It's stolen by Jones. Butler with with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope.
I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
And it's Davis at the elbow. And Davis throws it down.
Phenomenal strength there by AD to take the hit and finish that one. You take a look at Anthony Davis and his frame and think about his rookie year coming in so thin and moved around a lot by bigger, stronger players in the post. No longer the case, as he's put on a ton of muscle to that frame and continues to grow in the strength area along with his confidence. That's helped him out a lot.
Crowder, he's checked in for Derek Jones.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Davis. And after just one season at Kentucky, the slight build of Davis was a concern in the NBA. And the question was, would his body hold up?
Well, he's answering the question to some degree, Kevin, knowing that it wasn't a one-year process to get stronger and to put on that kind of weight. That just comes with physical maturity. Anthony Davis doing a better job of avoiding places where he might get injured, expanding this game to the perimeter, and hopefully some of those things pay off for his longevity for his career.
Now here's LeBron. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. James, the pass to Green. Passes it to Davis. Over Robinson. And there's Davis. That's good on the assist by Green. Davis has got 9.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Outside for Robinson. Launches a 3. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. James outside. Green against Butler. Back to LeBron. And the tough by LeBron.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
And so here is Miami after the basket by Los Angeles. To stop the run. Robinson misses.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
That's a perfect lob leading to a spectacular dunk from Davis there. Threw it up on time, on target.
Here's none. Following the basket by Anthony Davis. Timeout called. The Heat, defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them. Checked in for Los Angeles. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Caldwell Pope. And Miami with a change here, too. Dragic is checked in. Here's none. James covering. To end the drought. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Green. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
and they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends, highly effective down there with the physical play.
Now here's Butler trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Charlotte. Down low, Adebayo, and Adebayo throws it down.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
James in the post. He's guarded by Dragic. Kuzma can't get it to go.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
None passes to Dragic. Kicks it to Butler. Fires from 14. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
The Lakers have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And the Heat making a change here. Heroes checked in. Free throw good, James. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent, something you're active in right now. And, you know, there are some players who are playing crew, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams. He's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph, to some degree, was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept having the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
Role players that have been like Calderon and Haslam, who have not been stars, but have been important parts of the organization.
Also, tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are 2 great names, Kevin.
And the shot is good. 8 points for Jimmy Butler.
Butler's just so skilled at finding ways to score inside, utilizes his height and strength well, and varies that release point.
Now here's James. He's got 14.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, he did not think twice. Firing away, Dragic knocks down and sinks the 3-ball.
Here's LeBron. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. Pass to Davis. Miami grabs the miss. Butler's got 6 rebounds here tonight. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. 18 feet out. And Dragic with the basket on the assist by Butler. Dragic has got 5 points so far.
Well, the ball was not in Goran Dragic's hands very long. Just a great job by him, firing it up immediately without hesitation.
Here's Butler. And the lead is down inside single digits.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Now here's LeBron. From past the arc. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He was a true standout at the offensive end, both with his scoring and his passing. We've got more in store for you right after this. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it feels hearing your name in trade rumors.
Rumors are different for everybody, to tell you the truth. For me, I don't think about it because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You go out there and control what you can control. You know, try to help your team win games, play to the best of your abilities. And if it just so happens you get traded, then you got to suit up and play for the next team.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Heat, Jake Crowder out there with the linen. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Dragic. And it's Hero into the shooting guard position. Here's Hero, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Cloak loose. Waiters against Dragic. It's good. Dragic has got 7 points in the game.
Got to respect the mid-range play of Goran Dragic right there. The left-handed point guard strokes it well.
Here's James. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
Players talk about their favorite spot to fire from on the floor. How much of an effect does that really have, the favorite shooting spot?
Most of the time, Kevin, what you're talking about is star guys because they're the ones who ultimately in any given possession, a coach is trying to find that guy in that spot to do something. What happens throughout the course of a year is when that player has the ball there, everybody else knows what to do. Right. It's like the player knows what he's going to do, right, Kevin? Because he's the star player. But everybody around gets comfortable with the options and where it is that he goes. If he goes right, if I slide right, I'm going to get the 3. If he goes left, he's spinning back. I might move towards the top of the key. So the familiarity of not just the player, but the players around the player, that's where you can make it happen.
That's interesting.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Dragic the pass to Butler. And there's the pass to Hero. Shot clock at 5. Rebounded by Howard.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Haters no luck. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. A 12-point game. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Dragic gets the bucket.
Opposing coaches telling their defenders be more physical with Dragic. That time he took advantage and doesn't mind getting knocked around a bit in there.
Now here's Waiters. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And here is Howard. Here's LeBron. Sweet little floater. And the Lakers lead by 12.
I swear LeBron James doesn't have 4. He's got 6 gears. Could finish with force, but also switch it up. Nice soft floater there.
LeBron against Dragic. Hero passes to Butler. Shoots from the baseline, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Here's Hero. He's guarded by Waiters. Dragic the pass to Hero. The kick out to Dragic. Pass to Butler. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Lakers the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
This is what you get with AD, just an incredibly unique skill set and just dominating right now pretty easily on the offensive end.
Now here's Dragic. 11-point game his last outing, and he comes up with the deuce. Hero's got his first points of the game.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
James, the bounce pass. Kuzma passes to James. Kicks it to Waiters. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got his 6th assist on the night.
Well, how about LeBron reading the defense, waiting and being patient there until the gap opened up to deliver.
Here's Hero. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Back to Dragic. From deep. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
A nice shot by Howard.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Dragic taking his time here. Knocked loose. Passes it to Hero. And it's Leonard at the elbow. That's a 2 from Butler. And the rebound goes to Howard. Howard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Dragic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Davis.
Well, the defense clearly respecting Dragic's ability to shoot the ball, but they have to be aware of how good he is at drawing fouls on those attempts, too.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And the free throws have been dropping for him at a rate of about 77% on the season.
The first free throw is good. Well, you watch Goran Dragic play, and Brett, he's so deceptive with his movement both on and off the ball.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why, Kevin, is the change of speeds. I also add the fact that guys who can handle the ball and are crafty and are left-handed, boy, it's tough on a nightly basis to change up your mindset to guard a guy who you know is going to go left all the time as opposed to right. Trust me, in practice, I had to do that with Manu Ginobili a ton of time in San Antonio. Dragic similar. Great use of speed change.
Now here's LeBron. 18 points for him. To the inside. Rebound by the Heat. Butler's got 7 rebounds in the game. Back to Dragic. He kicks to Iguodala. The dish to Butler. Just 5 to shoot. Good D by James.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
That one goes. Count it. Davis has got 8 points in the quarter.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here's Butler. 10 points for him. It's stolen by Smith. Inside. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Always fun to watch Anthony Davis rise up for dunks like that. Awesome anticipation from him.
The Heat trail by 19. Dragic with it. 11 points in the game. He dishes it to Butler. Baseline try, and he gets it to go. Butler's got 12 points in the game.
Now, some guys have a hard time finding their teammates in those possessions. Dragic is always looking to dish to get it to the open man.
Howard against Olynyk. Howard in the post. Count that one. And the Lakers lead by 19.
And defensively, Offensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Iguodala outside. Dishes it to Butler. Kicks to Dragic. Hits in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
LeBron drives in. Waiters gets a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Waiters got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, he is an offensive weapon, especially when Waiters gets locked in the catch-and-shoot game.
James against Dragic. Iguodala kicks to Butler. Iguodala, the pass to Leonard. Waiters against Iguodala. Clock at 6. Over Waiters. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Los Angeles leading by 17. Here's LeBron. He's got 18. And they double up LeBron. Launches it. Trying to get open is Davis. And T.I. Waiters, the bucket on the assist by James. James has got assist number 8 now on the night. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Miami Heat. Olynyk trying to break loose. No good from Dragic.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now is massive.
I swear Dwight Howard plays with a watch on. His timing is tremendous on those alley-oops.
Timeout called, the Heat.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Morris comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dion Waiters. Robinson passes to Nunn. Pass to Iguodala. 6 to shoot. Miami no good on that time either.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Here's Nunn. He has 6. And it's Iguodala missing. Caruso looking for an opening. LeBron outside, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Lakers have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now. And the technical free throw is good.
Well, we keep talking a lot about Anthony Davis and the fact that when he was a young player, he played the point guard position, and then all of a sudden grew like 60 inches to play center position. You see that skill set show up now and again, but really what you're seeing now about AD is his maturity in the game, finding spots on the floor where he can absolutely be dominant and control any kind of offensive possession from wherever he is on the floor.
Back to Robinson. Six on the shot clock. The pass to Iguodala. To end the run. They get it back. Silva. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Lakers leading by 23. 43 seconds left in the second quarter. And it's Smith missing.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Pass to Nunn. Back to Iguodala. Passes it to Nunn. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Now here's LeBron. D right on him. Out to the right wing. Here's Caruso. Off target from outside. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Right back after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He ended up with 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 block. An extremely potent first 2 quarters for him. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet net.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. The Heat trail by 21. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Davis is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Here's Nunn. Good D by James.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
It's good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here is Robinson. Here's none, and Davis sends it back.
Love that D from Davis, rises up and swats that shot away.
And they double up James. It's stolen by Adebayo. And here we go, it's Butler. Here's Jones. McGee with the block. Jones the pass to Adebayo. Tries it again. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
LeBron is doubled to the paint. Here's Green. He gets it in there. Green's got his second basket.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pass to none. Outside Robinson, and stolen by James. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. No good from outside. The Heat shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Butler against Caldwell Pope. And Davis sends it back.
Now, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Lakers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. First one falls.
Even with all of the impressive number of seasons under his belt, LeBron James retains this kind of remarkable drive and competitive spirit.
And both free throws good for LeBron. On offense, here are the Heat. Here's none. 8 points for him. On the wing, Jones. Caldwell Pope against Butler. Lock at 6 over Davis. Again, the miss by the Heat. Lakers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And the dunk by James.
It's one of those nights for LeBron James, just setting the place on fire right now.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And the Heat call time here. You have to like what we're seeing from Davis.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
We have a second. Take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. In third, the Lakers.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
None passes to Butler. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock, and they get it back. Here's Here's James, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
Love how quickly the King got out there. The first 2 steps getting that break started.
The pass to Nunn. Outside Butler. Outside Robinson. Shot clock at 6. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Now here's Butler. He's got 12. And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And Greg, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
And the Lakers making a change here. Kuzma's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
You know, and Butler wasn't a starter until midway through his second season. But since then, his minutes have gone up, and his productivity has gone way up.
James kicks to Green. Back to LeBron. Pass to Kuzma. And it's Miami with the rebound. Now Robinson. Passes to Nunn. Outside Butler. Over Caldwell Pope. And it's Butler missing.
Well, his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
And the slam dunk by McGee.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
The Heat shoot just 34% from the floor. Here's Nunn. James covering. Robinson kicks to Jones. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Miami no good on that time either.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And Kuzma slams it in.
And with his size and athletic ability, playing above the rim, not an issue for Kuzma.
Here's Nunn. 8 points for him. Robinson finds Butler. The 10-footer. Butler missing again.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Now, here's Kuzma. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Here's Butler, following the basket by JaVale McGee. To the left wing, from outside the arc, trains the three-pointer. Nunn's got 11 points.
Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Green passes to McGee. Inside. And Kuzma slams it in.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Nunn. He's got 11. Butler on the wing. Pass to Nunn. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. Butler on the wing. Covered by LeBron. Here's Adebayo. McGee with the block. Green against Robinson. And Green gets it to go. 6 points for him.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
There's the pass to Nunn. A floater, and the layup is up and in. Nunn's got 5 points in the quarter.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Here's James, and finished off by LeBron.
You see LeBron just shrug off that contact there. It's like nothing even hit him.
Los Angeles, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And Los Angeles with some changes. Markieff Morris is checked in for JaVale McGee. And Smith subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. The Heat also changing it up. Jay Crowder's checked in for Derek Jones. Iguodala comes in for Butler. And Hero subbed in for Robinson. Free throw good, James. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Hero passes to Nunn. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Heat have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. So he gets them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
LeBron outside. Shoots over Crowder. Nice shot by James. James has got 31.
They try to be up on LeBron James, and when he gets a little bit of room to shoot off the screen, just like that, great rhythm, that's good.
Hero passes to Nunn. Down low, here's Adebayo. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Adebayo's got 6.
It would take some very special defense to stop him once he gets that close to the bucket, and they weren't special that time.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
The Lakers have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. Free throw, no good for LeBron.
Well, all good things must come to an end. Iguodala was shipped out from the Warriors last year to clear room for D'Angelo Russell. Traded to the Grizzlies to make room for the Warriors in the Russell deal. Ultimately, I think we'll have a great legacy for his time with Golden State.
And it's the Heat on the break. Not going to go that time. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Green kicks to Morris. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. 4 on the clock. Pass to Kuzma. Goes up again, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Lakers making a switch here. Caruso's checked in. And so it's Crowder with it. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Here's Hero. Pass to Nunn. The baseline jam. Misses off the right iron. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. To the middle. And finished off by LeBron.
LeBron James, here's the report, Kevin. Still athletic.
Here's Hero. To the wing on the left. Here's Nunn. And the rejection by James.
Wow, LeBron throwing that one away hard. There's a message behind that block.
Great effort and gets in a little razzle-dazzle at the end of that one.
Yeah, why not? Show a little creativity, get inside, move that ball around, just make sure you score.
Now, here's Adebayo. He's got 6. Trying to end the drought. Shot by Crowder, no good.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Here's Smith. Caruso. Off target from three-point range. They can use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
It's stolen by Morris. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. From downtown, drills the three-pointer.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big-time mistake.
Here's Nunn. He's got 13. Adebayo finds Crowder. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Kyle Kuzma picks one up. And out of Marquette, Jay Crowder, ranked a sturdy two-way wing player.
A great system player and glue guy. He had his best years with the Celtics. On the final year of this contract, a great value considering what he brings to the table.
Oh, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Crowder. And Anthony Davis is checked in for the Lakers. Dion Waiters comes in for LeBron. Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. And both free throws good from Crowder. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Caruso, the pass to Morris. Smith scanning the floor.
Well, Smith's getting physical down there on the block, playing some bully ball down there low.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
Free throw drop for Smith.
J.R. Smith is a straight gunner. He's just a guy who wants to shoot every time he touches the ball.
J.R. Smith hits them both. 30 seconds left to play in the third. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go with Waiters. Running it up the court. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
That's a pretty ferocious drive there from Dion Waiters, just refusing to let the defense slow him up at all.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. On the free throw, no good.
Still struggling to find some consistency as an offensive player, but Waiters does get to the free throw line a fair amount for a guy who shoots so many threes.
Rockets the pass to Adebayo. The shot, no good. And so it's Los Angeles, able to put on a show for the ages. Their defense has been active and effective. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. You can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Lakers shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want when they want it. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. We've got Jay Crowder, Iguodala out there with Dragic. Then there's Myers Leonard. And it's Silva in at the four-man position. Poked away. Here's Caruso. He's covered by Iguodala. And that one's good, Caruso.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Now here's Dragic. Crowder feeling it out a bit. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Player salary is obviously a large investment, Brent. What are some other investments that owners can make to help their team get better, either on the floor or off?
Massive one, Kevin, obviously, is in terms of your players' wellness and what it is that you're doing with your physical therapy staff, your strength and conditioning staff, because you want these guys available at the best and maximum potential physically that they can give you. A lot of teams, quite frankly, in the past couple of seasons, Kevin, looking into other ways, holistic therapies, mental approach that they can have mental wellness for their players as part of their programming. So teams that think you build some beautiful practice facility and just let the guys go bounce the ball around and shoot are absolutely missing.
Yes.
Yeah, they're missing the boat on what it is that their players require, need to be complete as people.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Caruso. Basket good. And it's Dragic with the ball for Miami. Outside Crowder. Outside Dragic. Floats it up for Iguodala. The shot comes out, and the Lakers going the other way now. Smith outside. Pass to Morris. Here's Caruso. 5 on the clock. Puts it up from 7. No good from Howard. Outside Crowder. Rebounded by the Lakers. Smith's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now the pass to Caruso. You know, Brent, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened and what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger to being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple of years is, forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue to grow.
He'd have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Iguodala with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Los Angeles guys, shooting has been just outrageous. 64% from the field to this point. Pass to Howard. Here's Caruso. With the teardrop and the wide open shot from Morris. Had the space there, but it's offline. For Miami, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Shot by Crowder, no good. And Los Angeles guys shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. Smith, left side. Passes it to Howard. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Howard loves getting positioned down that deep, knowing he's a force in the paint.
And the pass to Silva. Outside Crowder. Pass to Dragic. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 5 rebounds tonight. Waiters passes to Smith. Waiters outside. Back to Smith. Pass to Caruso. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Sunday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz.
And looking at the Hornets matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Now, here's Dragic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And obviously some good players have taken less money for a chance at a winning championship situation. That's made some rich teams even better.
Well, you have to appreciate a player in that regard, thinking that the financial gains that he could have somewhere else and playing for a team that's not capable of doing what it is that you're trying to do, and that's win a championship, that they've decided, look, it's not about that for me. What it is about the experience of being around a team that elevates itself to being the best team in the league. And if you're fortunate enough at the highest level, Kevin, as a basketball player, to be around a championship, that experience sticks with you for a lifetime. So you do appreciate guys looking for those opportunities to be around a championship.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Contavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Smith, and Cook subbed in for Dion Waiters. And he makes both free throws. Here is Cook. Over to the left wing. Caruso kicks to Caldwell-Pope. Cook looking it over. And he drops that one in. Cook's got his first bucket of the night. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for Miami. Outside Hill. Passes it to Iguodala. 6 to shoot. And it's Iguodala with the jam.
Well, Iguodala is still a high flyer. That's what he looks to do when he gets to the inside.
Here is Cook. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time, coaches there are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right, all about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can. That's an important factor.
And he makes that one.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Iguodala.
Aggressive Andre Iguodala play there. Love how he draws contact while shooting.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Of course, Dirk Nowitzki spent his whole career with the Dallas Mavericks. We don't see that much anymore, do we? From the beginning to the end with one team.
No, but I think we're going to still occasionally have anomalies like we did with Reggie being in Indiana for the years of his playing career. Nate McMillan was in Seattle for his playing career, now coach of the Indiana Pacers. So there will be times where we'll have that once or twice. It's not going to happen very much, Kevin.
Not in today's
game, and not with what's at stake.
Cook kicks to Caruso. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. The Heat have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Hill left side. The pass to Nunn. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Shooting 2.
The first one at the line is good. J.R. Smith's checked in for Alex Caruso. Heat also with the sub. Heroes checked in for Andre Iguodala. And so he hits both. Brent, a lot of teams will be paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap, overspending, and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you have for me, was it a deterrent? Right now, I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there are still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin. That's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
Here is Cook. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot about...
Which is everything, free throws.
Yeah, well, you would use... I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt three-point shooting percentage, two-point shooting percentage, and free throw percentage. Everything. But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit, like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league? As if, you know, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
Here's Smith after the Heat pick up 2. Caldwell Pope outside. He kicks it to Cook. 5 to shoot. Pass to Smith. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Heat have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Pass to Nunn. Pocket 6. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Leonard, he's checked in for Miami. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Just not sure if he ran out of energy at halftime or what, but so far just not himself in the second half.
Cook dishes to McGee. Caldwell Pope outside. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you can get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to. So sign me up
with courtside seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be two pretty prominent things that continue.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted, and I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about the optics of the games. And right now, it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. Here's Hero. Passes it to Nunn. The kick out to Hill. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot's good by Hero. 20 seconds left in the fourth. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Here is Cook. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easy. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much. Dwight, coming off of the loss in the last game, what was the difference tonight?
We got a good win tonight coming from a tough game last night. We started out strong. We just stuck with it. We stayed together. And we got a good win.
A good performance on the second night of a back-to-back. Thanks, Dwight. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Clark up front. That's where the game will likely be won or lost in this one.
Great talent, no doubt, on the front lines here. But if for some reason they cancel each other out, then you know where it's going to be decided, in the backcourt with guys about your size, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute. So here's Miami's starting group. Jones is out there with Adebayo. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Nunn in at the point guard. So it's Miami now after LeBron James's miss. Outside Butler. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. That one goes in. And it's Davis with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. James outside. High arcing shot. Here's McGee. And the layup's good off the glass.
And you know, with his size and presence in the post, McGee has a lot of value on the offensive glass.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Eric Spoelstra, and of course his staff focused on its game plan against LeBron James. He can score, he can pass, he's an entire offense unto himself. They know it will take a complete team effort to come out on top. We'll see how they do, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Now here's LeBron. Saw him with 29 points last game.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Here's Butler. And the game with Charlotte, he did not play well. Robinson against Green. From 10 feet out. Robinson, that's good. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Outside, Green. Passes to LeBron. Fades and shoots. It's all in by the Heat.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Butler on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covered a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
Robinson with the block. Butler in the corner. It's JaVale McGee with the rebound.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
James, the bounce pass. They get a hand on it. McGee, the pass to Green. 6 on the shot clock. James outside. For Robinson. And the Lakers with another miss.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Here's Nunn. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Now here's LeBron. And that one good. LeBron's got his second bucket of the night.
You know, LeBron James is so strong and able to finish through contact because of it. You got to wrap him up. You got to get him before he gets that ball up in the shooting motion, because contact other than that doesn't bother.
McGee with the block. James looking it over. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. He'd have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Here's Nunn, covered by LeBron. Left side, Butler. Pass to Nunn. Clock at 6. Outside, Robinson. It's good from long range. Robinson's got 5 points so far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for. Draining the triple.
James dishes to McGee. Now the pass to Davis. Fouled on the shot picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. That means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. You know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the moves, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right. Caldwell Pope against Butler. Over Caldwell Pope, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
James outside. Cuts it 5 from 18. Nunn grabs the board.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Jones, the shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Oh, tough play. Boy, did he have to fight to get that one to the rim.
So it's the Lakers now. Green, the pass to McGee. There's the dish to LeBron. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Par for the course for James. I mean, he forces his man to overcommit, gets the bucket, and draws the foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Lakers.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. I mean, that's a good start for them.
On the lane. One shot.
Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to the Hornets. Here's Nunn, covered by LeBron. Here's Nunn. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 2 on the clock. Butler from outside. The shot missing, so the Lakers will take it the other way.
It has not been his game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great effort, but little has gone his way.
Outside, Green. Back to Davis. Pulls it from 20. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Nunn. James covered. Stolen by McGee. Caldwell Pope against Butler. Green finds James. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. And now let's find out who the top shot blockers are as we check out the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Anthony Davis third.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
Here's Nunn. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Charlotte. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. changes. Howard comes in for JaVale McGee. And Kyle Kuzma subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Jay Crowder's checked in for the Heat. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Green. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to LeBron. And James throws it down.
Tell you what, if he's within shouting distance of the basket, he's going to get his buckets. You can count on that.
Robinson passes to Nunn. Floats one, and stolen by LeBron. Floats it up for Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
Boy, really solid passer in this position. Kuzma is all about doing what's best for the team.
One thing about Kyle Kuzma, Clark, he's not a ball stopper. When he touches the ball, he is shooting it.
I would not disagree with you there, guys. He is fearless looking for a shot. He hunts his shot aggressively, and he's very efficient. He doesn't need a lot of dribbles, but one thing I like about him is that he doesn't hold on to that ball long. He's going to make a quick, decisive move or get it out of his hands.
Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. Davis with it. 26 points for him last game against Houston.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass all around, and just his effort level was off the charts.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. Shoot two. First one falls. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb. Absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind. Big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it.
Good name. Now, here's Green. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
Dragic finds Crowder. He lobs it up.
That's serving it up on a platter there. What a nice pass. A high percentage look was the result.
And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Los Angeles. 7-point differential. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
His shots just, it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And Los Angeles guys shooting 45% from the floor since the game got underway. Gray kicks to Howard. Green dishes to LeBron. Shoots over Dragic. James with the bucket. James has got 13 points.
Another one of those special nights for LeBron. I mean, you know, if he sticks around till he's an older fella, that all-time scoring career mark, wow, might be in jeopardy.
Dragic gets the bucket.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's James. 13 points in the game. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. side court, Dragic.
You know, that's one of the reasons LeBron is so hard to defend, Kevin. I mean, he puts you in a tough spot, forces you to foul him because he's so strong and athletic, and then he gets himself to the line.
Lakers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
First free throw is good.
You talk about LeBron James, he does it all. Defends, scores, rebounds, passes, high IQ, unselfish, a leader off the court as well as on.
And both free throws, good for James.
And drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Boy, I love that attack mentality. Get in there and force the official to make a call.
Now here's Dragic. 11 points last game. Outside Butler. Just 5 to shoot. Kuzma with the defensive effort.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
That one falls.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Heat trail by 10. Nuggets looking it over. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They went to Miami for their last meeting with the Heat and came out with a win.
Yeah, it was a narrow win. But at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
You know, whether it was their smart play or a few whistles that perhaps could have gone either way, when the games are tight, every decision becomes more magnified.
James outside. From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. They kept going to him again and again. And he delivered with a monster quarter. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Jimmy Butler, a hard worker on the floor and off the court as well, possesses a unique individuality.
I worked extremely hard to get where I am today, so whenever you walk to my house, you see a really big, some may call it obnoxious, boombox aquarium, but I love music. I don't really watch too much TV. It's always music, so it's just another thing to remind me, continue to be who you are. It just has fish inside of it.
A boombox aquarium, huh? Points for originality, Greg.
Butler, not shy, breaking from convention, beats to the rhythm of his own drum.
And buenos noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So the Lakers 5 right now. Deion Waiters is out there with LeBron James. And there's Davis. Then there's Howard. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. Lakers leading by 5. Waiters passes to Howard. Kicks it out to James. Lakers working the ball around now. Kuzma outside. Passes it to Davis. 4 on the shot clock. Drills it from outside. Davis has got 14 points for the game.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's Dragic. He's got 5. Got a piece of it. It's hauled in by LeBron.
And he did everything he could to make that
that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleek.
And the slam dunk by Iguodala.
It's clear that Iguodala loves to dunk. Give him room to take off, and he's going to finish with authority.
LeBron outside. Finished off by LeBron.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Here's Hero after the basket by Los Angeles. From outside, off the mark. Iguodala against Kuzma. It's Dragic with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
J.R. Smith's checked in for Dwight Howard. Then for the Heat, Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Adebayo. And it's Myers Leonard in for Crowder. Now here's Kuzma. Pass to Davis. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. That shot misses. Here's Dragic from outside. The Lakers with the rebound.
He hasn't made any threes this quarter after sinking just the one in the first.
Shots good by Waiters.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Dragic. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
And I respect the craftiness and savvy of Dragic. I mean, when he gets positioned deep inside, he finds a way to score.
Here's Davis. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Dragic. Again, Dragic missing. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
And it's the Heat with the ball, following the bucket by the Lakers. Dragic with it, picked up by Davis. No good from Dragic. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 13-4 run.
And positionless basketball, all the rage, and Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
And here's Dragic after J.R. Smith getting his 3 to go. And there's the pass to Hero. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. LeBron James on the wing. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. LeBron's got 19 points. And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint and keep him away from the basket.
strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason.
And you know, for the Lakers, they're well above the position they were expected to be in at this stage. Now the question becomes, can they keep it up in the playoffs?
And I can't see any reason why they can't. I mean, they've got to be considered one of the favorites to lift the trophy for me.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now, here's Olynyk, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Here's Waiters taking a look at his stats. He's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Iguodala outside over Smith. Iguodala gets the bucket. Iguodala's got 4 this quarter.
You just can't give Iguodala these looks. He's too experienced and crafty down low.
Smith inside. He's covered by Iguodala. Smith against Iguodala. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point range. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. Pass to Dragic. Right wing. Here's Hero, and Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Looking to get it going. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. Mark, we're seeing more and more young coaches in the NBA. You think this is a trend? Is it completely circumstantial? What's your view on it?
Well, I think you've got more younger coaches that are capable and able to coach. And the league is quite young, too. I think it's a current trend. But we've seen that before in decades past when it seems the wave of coaches are younger. I think it's more or less kind of the cycle of life that we see across a lot of different industries.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Caruso's checked in. This break gives us a chance to see the league's best fast break teams in the second half of the season. They've really wrapped up the energy. The Lakers second.
You know, the NBA season is a marathon, but the way they played since the break, man, they're running a sprint. How about that transition offense?
Again, the miss by the Heat. Lakers leading by 23. Loads it up for Davis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
To the inside, here's Butler. A rebound by the Lakers. Smith's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Here's Nunn after the basket by the Lakers. Pass to Hero. Can they get it? And the rejection by James.
Using his length and timing and bounce to perfection there. LeBron James, excellent shot block.
Here's Davis, fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
This will be his 4th shot at the line in this one. And the Heat making a change here. Robinson's checked in. And that one falls for Anthony Davis. Miami's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Nunn passes to Butler. No good that time. Excellent defense there from Smith.
And another miss. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Lakers have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Good on both.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws. And 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
Here's Nunn. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Leonard inside. He's against Kuzma. Shot clock at 5. Robinson for 3. Connects from 3-point range. Robinson's got 8 points.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Now here's James. 19 points in the game. Down low. Here's Davis. And it's Miami with the rebound. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Here's Nunn. Robinson finds Butler. Heat moving the ball around. LeBron with the block. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Dwight Howard's checked in for the Lakers. .153 left in the first half of basketball.
I can't figure out, guys, what's going on with him this quarter. I mean, he hasn't gotten 1 shot to drop. You know, Jimmy Butler is right in your face and candid. He's confrontational and doesn't back away from that. Entering the league under Tom Thibodeau, fire-breathing vets like Joakim Noah, that's how he rolls and that's what he knows.
Here's Nunn, following the basket by LeBron James. Fires at the elbow. Here's Adebayo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And if you're a coach, Clark, or a GM, how much concern do you have about acquiring a player like Jimmy Butler, who's not going to bite his tongue?
Yeah, you know, I think it's important that a winning culture is already in place with a guy like Jimmy Butler. Guys who don't mind being pushed and challenged to be their very best in the quest to win. He's a fire breather, but he's also a high-level performer, a high-quality guy. And when you have that combination, usually you're going to win.
First one falls for him. He hits both from the stripe. We've got 1:23 left here in the second. Caruso, the pass to James. Loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
Here's none. Following the basket by Anthony Davis. 6 to shoot. Here's none. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Butler passes to none. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. James, the pass to Davis. Here's Howard. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
There are not many better on the offensive glass than Howard. He's a flat-out beast, especially if you don't box him out.
Butler way outside. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He ended up with 31 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 block. Multiple times we saw the bench cheering him on in the first 2 quarters of this one. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they knocked the wind out of the defense in transition, converting fast break baskets in volume. It's a runaway lead right now. In fact, this looks like a track meet.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they can forget about a comeback.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. They've got Robinson. Jimmy Butler is out there with Jones. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's none in at the point guard position.
Utilizing that weight room muscle there. Butler, very difficult to box out.
Outside, Green. He kicks it to LeBron. And here's McGee. Caldwell Pope outside. 5 on the clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Davis. And no good. Some solid defense from Butler. Here's Nunn. Guarded by Green. Nunn passes to Robinson. Here's Nunn. Puts it up. And it's off the back rim. No good. And Los Angeles guys, shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game.
Boy, LeBron's so strong, so athletic, so smart. I mean, a bunch of his points come when he's driving full speed downhill, and he's impossible to stop.
Miami with the ball after the basket by the Lakers. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and Adebayo throws it down.
And, you know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Now Green. No points in the game yet for him. It's stolen by Jones. And here we go. It's Butler. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Caldwell Pope.
And, you know, sometimes the athleticism of Butler just too much for the defense. Sometimes you have to simply resort to giving up the foul on that drive.
Clark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passion that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation, but I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, I'm a fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, and board games and reading probably are what occupy my time.
So Butler nails both of them.
Clearly, Jimmy Butler is in the prime years of his career, and you know, you get the feeling that no matter how much he achieves, he's always going to be looking to get better.
Here's LeBron, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Miami called for the foul. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line. And he makes the first. That one is no good. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Outside Butler. Over James. And he can't bank that one in. And finished off by LeBron.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
And Miami shooting the ball for just 28%. Kicks to Butler. Here's Nunn. James covering. Butler deciding where to go with it. Over Caldwell Pope. And that one goes long. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the line. Los Angeles Lakers will host the Denver Nuggets after this one, and that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's none. Butler on the wing. Clock at 4. Butler can't get that one to fall.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
To the paint. And Davis with the basket on the assist by James. James has got assist number 8 here in this one already. Nunn passes to Jones. Robinson against Green. Outside Butler. Shot to stop the run, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Caldwell Pope. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Here's Hero after the basket by the Lakers. Adebayo finds Dragic. Over James. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got 8 rebounds in this game.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Green. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. It's blocked, and that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Marquise Morris is checked in for JaVale McGee. The Heat also changing it up. Crowder comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Iguodala in for Jimmy Butler. Clock at 2. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Nailed from three-point land. Caldwell Pope's got 5. And I just love the skill set that Marquise Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
Loads it up for Davis, and Davis throws it down.
In the pass, they're floating it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop-to-loop all day long on the highlight reel.
Here's Dragic following the basket by Anthony Davis. Off target on the 15-footer. And here are the Lakers. They're on a 16-4 run. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Jay Crowder. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And also, their mid-range game has been impressive. A tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
Hero passes to Dragic. Lets it go with a three. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. He has 7. The pass to Green. Here's Kuzma. The fader. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Here's Iguodala. It doesn't go for him. And the Lakers going the other way now. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Goran Dragic.
Love the size and athleticism Kuzma possesses. He uses both of them well to draw these fouls.
It's his first trip to the line. Free throw good, Kuzma.
Kyle Kuzma is a guy who burst on the scene during his rookie year and is a fun player to watch. He's a guy that really has an outstanding all-around game.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Dion Waiters subbed in for Danny Green. And both free throws good for Kuzma. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams. Although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
And that one falls for Iguodala.
And while Iguodala might not be the star of any team he's on, he's always going to be a major contributor because he does so many things well on both ends. And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Adebayo finds Dragic, looking to get back on track here. No good, shot missing. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Inside, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Miami, they've had a great season, and we'll look to extend that into the playoffs.
And right now for Miami, so much has gone right for them this season. They've needed some breaks to go their way, and it feels like they've gotten them all. Now they're poised for success in the playoffs.
They look to be a dangerous team. I wouldn't have thought that a few months ago, but now I'm a believer.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And they double up LeBron. Goes up the baseline. And Dion Waiters, the bucket on the assist by LeBron. James has got 9 assists now tonight. Pass to Dragic. The teardrop falls in. Dragic has got 9.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes it back.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now, here's Dragic. He's got 9. The shot by Adebayo, no good. Here's Waiters. And it's Waiters again missing. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Passes it to Hero. Trying to get open is Crowder.
I tell you,
He's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim.
Yeah, just couldn't contain himself, couldn't control himself there.
Waiters with the ball. He's got 8. Rebound by Iguodala.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
The athleticism, length, and IQ of Iguodala is tough to guard. Sometimes you just have to whack him.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And somehow it's become a real struggle at the free throw line. He's lost his way there. I mean, he's not having anywhere near the same success he had there last season.
And that one misses. And Los Angeles with some changes. J.R. Smith's checked in for Morris. And it's Alex Caruso in for James. On the second. Here's Waiters taking a look at his stats. He's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Iguodala with the steal. Here we go, 1-on-1. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Iguodala's got his 3rd basket of the night.
An absolute terror in transition. Even though Iguodala is a little older, he still possesses that impressive speed.
Here's Caruso. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Back to Kuzma. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 3 assists in the game. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for Miami. Shoots from 14. Doesn't go for it. And it's the Lakers the other way. Here's Waiters, and it's blocked. And here's Dragic. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Leonard. And he's on the money with his first shot today.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Waiters outside. The pass to Smith. Howard with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The jump hook. Good work there as it goes.
And they're not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots. Playing smart with the lead.
Now here's Iguodala. Pass to Silver. There's 21 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Here's Dragic. Good on the 13-footer. Dragic has got 4 points in the quarter.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Pass to Kuzma. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 4 assists now tonight.
He is a smooth operator, Kevin, in just about every aspect of the game. He's got a lot of stuff in his book bag.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers sitting at a lead of 40 points at the end of the quarter. Terrific play. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. We've got J.R. Smith. JaVale McGee is out there with Howard. Then there's Dion Waiters. And it's Caruso in at the 1. That's the Laker 5. Pass to Howard. Waiters on the wing. To the wing right side. And that one's good. Caruso.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
So it's Miami now. Here's Nunn. There's the pass to Silva. Now Iguodala takes the 13-footer, rebounded by Howard. Smith surveying the D. Again, Los Angeles. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Nunn. Passes it to Silva. He dishes it to Iguodala. And here's Olynyk from the arc. A rebound by the Lakers.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Smith, no good. And for the Heat, they're shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. That one good for 2.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Lakers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Caruso. Howard to the post. 19 that time from Leonard. For Miami, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. None, that's good.
Boy, the unselfishness of Iguodala is really admirable. A forward with excellent vision. Has a feel for when one of his guys is open.
Waiters gets a wide open look, but they recover it. McGee. 19 that time from Leonard.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Iguodala, that's good. LA's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Waiters passes to McGee. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Waiters into the lane. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Bounce pass, Smith. Howard in the post. He's covered by Leonard. 4 on the shot clock. Howard can't hit. For Miami, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's Nunn. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic,
Wow.
because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Morris comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Smith. And Miami with a change here, too. Jones is checked in. Free throw, good. Waiters. And Miami shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. Here's Nunn. That one off the back iron and out.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, you got to be careful how you defend Caldwell-Pope because he's got great speed and he knows how to use it to draw contact.
First free throw is good. Look, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions. The NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only 2 conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that to adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
Here's Nunn. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. Hero is checked in for Andre Iguodala. Jones against Morris. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Nunn. They grab their own miss. Here's Silva. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Buffalo bully ball right there, partner.
Okay. Getting a little physical. I like that. I like that reference.
The Heat have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And then Jones with the jam.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry.
Well, you need both to make it special. And they pulled it off just right.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Down low, here's Hero. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here is Cook. He's covered by Leonard. Cook, good. Cook's got his first points of the night.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Nunn passes to Silva. Here's Hero. To the middle. Takes it out to Leonard. Here's Silva. Here's Jones. That shot off. Good work defensively by Morris. Here's Caruso. Now here is Morris. Back to Cook. Pass to Morris. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. The Heat have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. On the basket by Jones. And it's Cook with the ball for Los Angeles. Pass to McGee. Back to Cook. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. McGee finds Caldwell-Pope. McGee with it. 5 to shoot. Now the pass to Caldwell-Pope. And it's off from 3-point range. For Miami, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Here's Hero. Morris with the block. Here's Caldwell Pope, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Caldwell Pope's got 4 this quarter. Miami's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's Nunn. Here's the floater. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. McGee's got 11 rebounds in the game. No one near him. And that one's good, Caruso.
Yeah, he recognized the overcommitment by the defense there and then made a smart pass to get that ball back outside.
Here's Nunn. Dishes to Leonard. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Here's Hero. Passes to Leonard. Right side Jones. Here's Nunn. From deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. McGee's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Caldwell Pope outside. And here's McGee. Pass to Caruso. He feeds it to Morris. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Jared Dudley's checked in for the Lakers. Smith comes in for Alex Caruso. And here is Los Angeles now. Here's Cook. Crowder pulls it in. The guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Nunn. Clark, we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. We're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
And Jones sends it back. 1:37 left in the game. Here's Nunn to end the cold streak, and he sinks the layup. Nunn's got 6 points in the quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
Well, once they'd taken the first 2 from them, you could just sense how this one was going to go.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for LeBron.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
He's off on the first. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology, you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right. I do know officials do that too in their locker room at halftime. Clock at 6. Here is Cook, defended by Jones, and it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is is his first foul of the game. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Miami. Seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Nunn. To the inside. And the dunk by Olynyk.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier, before the game was out of reach.
Here is Cook, defended by Crowder. Fades back. Dudley's shot is good.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Here's Nunn. Banked in off the glass.
And not sure what you can do with a guy like that. With his handles, he can just take defenders to school.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They poured down an dominant showing in front of the crowd that every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.